y'all, it's the Deviant Espada here again, and I know if you've been on Netflix, you've seen that they made a new live-action Bleach movie, and yes, I watched it. I mean, being that my name is the Deviant Espada, it's one of those things I would have to talk about because, fuck, my name is a Bleach reference in itself, and oh, fuck me, come on, that was bad. I don't even mean like it didn't stick to the manga, so it was bad. I mean, the movie itself was just bad. Like, the moment I turned it on with my wife, I looked at her and I said, this is gonna be bad. And she looked at me, she's like, you already have low hopes. I'm like, it's an anime adapted to a live action film. It's gonna be bad. Like, just bad. Like, I'm already prepared for it. And not gonna lie, the thing that kind of hurt was, at first, in the beginning, it gave me hope. Like, the special effects that I seen weren't actually that bad, you know. They were actually kind of good, like how Ichigo get his powers and everything. It wasn't that bad. Like, I actually liked how it started off, because it did follow the manga with him and his dad and his sisters. I don't remember how old his sisters were supposed to be. I don't think they were supposed to be that young. And I'll address the other issue I have with that later, but still. I honestly didn't start that bad. I like the scene where Ichigo got his powers and everything, and how he became an actual Soul Reaper at the start. And about after he killed Fishbone, everything just went downhill because it just didn't make any sense. And obviously I have to say spoiler warning at this part, because if you haven't seen the movie, I'm about to ruin it, but let's be honest, it's a live action anime film, and if you've ever seen one of those, don't be shocked. You know how bad they can be. But either way, I would just want to say, like, it's times like this, I think being a fan of Bleach is like being a fan of getting punched in the gut. Because it's like, yeah, you're getting something you want, but it's a punch in the gut. It's gonna fucking hurt. Like, why did you want this? Why did you want this at all? Like, I thought I wanted this, but then it hurt. No, I don't want this. So stop, please. Oh, God. I've effectively ran that analogy into the ground, but you understand what I mean. Like, the whole premise, the whole point of the movie made no sense. Now, here it goes. So, Rukia gives Ichigo her powers, so he can defeat the first Holo. And then he does that. The issue was, I believe, in the movie... Oh, I'm sorry, I'd have to go back because I haven't watched the first anime in forever. I don't believe that Ichigo has to give his powers back to Rukia the same way she got them. I don't believe that was a point in the movie. I mean, a point in the anime. But they damn sure made that a point in the movie, which didn't make sense. Like, I could understand if this movie was supposed to be a one-off, but even then, there was a better way you could have done it. Like, because in the movie, they basically make it out to be that Ichigo can't give Rukia his powers back because his spiritual pressure is too low. So in order to give her powers back, he has to get stronger so he'll actually survive the process. Not the worst thing I've ever heard, but then at the same point in time, they make it seem like if Ichigo does give Rukia his powers back, he'll die. Which, okay, if that's the route you want to go, but it clearly doesn't end like that, because towards the end of the movie, when Rukia does get her powers back from Ichigo, he's completely fucked up. Like, he's been cut. Byakuya has done like 15 different finishing moves on him. Renji's already kicked his ass with his Zabimaru. He's lived through like an explosion and everything. Either way, when she tried to take his powers while he was on the roof, he was in perfect fighting condition, like no injuries, no wounds, no nothing. Then afterwards, when she does successfully get her powers back, he's defeated the Grand Fisher, I think that's his name. I can't remember. Grand Fisher. He's already been fucked up by the Grand Fisher, Renji, and Byakuya. He's gotten his ass kicked like for a good 20-30 minutes now. But for some reason, when he gives back his powers this time, it doesn't kill him. Like, after that big ass fight he got in, wouldn't his spiritual pressure be even lower? Like, dude was halfway on the verge of death when she took her powers back. Why does that not matter? When she took her powers back, dude was completely fucked up, just laying on the ground, like beat up inside on the underneath the car practically. And she's like, well, I'm just gonna take my powers back. This isn't gonna kill him. His spiritual pressure was too low when you were on the roof in the earlier scene, but now it's okay. Which is another point I wanted to bring up. Ichigo's actor, I don't want to say he was terrible, but I don't want to say he was great either. I don't remember any spots where I was legit like, oh yeah, that's incredibly believable. That's like, to be honest, he kind of annoyed me. Like, he was good at the first point when he's beating up the thugs because they've knocked over the flowers and everything, you know, and he's making sure that they don't fuck with the memorial. That was fine. He was good at interacting with the dad and everything. It's just after that first official scene, it just started to go downhill. Like, one thing I really didn't get, why did they make Byakuya and Renji just like so bloodlusted? Like, they were just so ready to kill Ichigo for his powers and everything. It's like, they made it seem like Renji would just kill anyone because he tried to kill Ishida at first, which I understand the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers don't exactly get along, but the way he killed him was the way he stabbed him was just kind of fucked up. Like, Ichigo and Ishida had literally just defeated the Grand Fisher, and Renji just stabs him in the back out of nowhere. Like, okay, that's a little fucked up. Like, I thought you guys were supposed to be protecting humans, but you're just trying to off these two, like, with all your damnedest capabilities. Which Byakuya I'm pretty sure he was a pretty good man of his word in the anime and the manga. But when it comes to this one, he's just like, yeah, I'll lie to you guys and tell you if you kill Grand Fisher, I'll just kill you both afterwards. Like, why would he do that? They just completely changed his character around. Now, granted, he was going to let Rukia die in the anime, but that's because he was trying to fulfill his word to his own family, because he had married Rukia's sister, and he said that was going to be the last thing he did out of place. In this, he legit just broke his word for no fucking reason. Like, literally had no reason to not just be like, okay, Grand Fisher's dead, give Rukia back her powers. Like, and it clearly would have worked because that's exactly what happened. Like, why didn't you just give them the chance to give the powers back? Like, he clearly could have done it because he survived it. Then, like, when it comes to, like, one of the biggest issues I have with the movie, it was basically how it ended. Because how it ended, basically, Rukia takes her powers back. Her, Byakuya and Renji just head back to Soul Society. And it's just like, well, he probably won't remember me. Maybe. It's like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I can understand if this was going to be a one-shot, then this would still be a terrible ending. But if, like, just in case you were planning for a sequel, wouldn't a better ending to have been? Wouldn't it just been that, like, what happened in the anime? Byakuya hits Ichigo in a soul link or soul chain, whatever, in his chest. He loses his power, and then towards the end, when everything's going back to normal, they could show up and be like, you could legit have Ichigo doing something, and you could just have Mr. Clog show up being like, hey, I know of a way for you to get your powers back, or something. Like, I don't even understand why they had Mr. Urahara in the movie at all. He didn't do anything. Rukia talked to him for like 5 minutes. He told Ichigo's friends there was a fight coming, he may not survive, and that was it. Like, I can understand if they had budget issues and they couldn't afford to have too many Holos running around, because, not gonna lie, the Holo effects were pretty nice. Not all of the effects were nice. Like, when Rukia hit him with the binding spell in the beginning, it just looked kind of weak. Like, it looked like some just visible blue line plastic wear or something. It just looked like shit. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't the greatest. But, like, when it comes to the anime, though, they had a lot more special effects. So, like, when you see Ichigo break the paralyzing spell in the anime, it looks a lot better, because obviously they have a bunch of spells and words and shit flying around that Ichigo has to break through. In this, it looks like he's been hit with like 5 cents worth of plastic saran wrap, and you're like, how did he get free? Like, you didn't look like you did anything. Like, no offense, you guys, that was the best you could have done on those special effects for the wrap up. There was so much more you could have done. Like, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to keep this in one consistent thing, but there's just so much that went wrong with this movie. Like, I can understand if you didn't have time to explain Ichigo's friends getting their powers and everything, especially with Chad and Inoue. That or Hime, sorry. Well, that's both her names, but I can understand if you don't have time to show all that, and you kind of show, you show their spiritual awareness is growing because they can feel Ichigo when he's actually like saving them in the restaurant. But why did Chad have to tell everybody to get out of the fucking restaurant? Like, motherfuckers are throwing giant metal grates through this shit and the window's fucking exploding. Why is everyone just standing here still? I don't feel like that's something we should have to explain. Hey, run for your lives. Why are you still here? Like, come on, be smarter than this. Okay? Even if that's just a small issue that I'm just railing on for some reason, but like I said, when it comes to my issues, the main point I would have, well, other than that, is the ending was fucking terrible. They could have used Mr. Hat and Clogs better. They could have used everybody fucking better. I don't understand why they tried to make it seem like Rukia was the same height as Ichigo's sisters, because she came up and was like, my pajamas are missing. And like, when you look at Rukia, she's like, in the anime she was about the same size, but it clearly isn't working in the movie. Like, his sisters in the movie were like 7 and 8, and you're like, yeah, Rukia's not wearing her pajamas. I don't know why you're even trying to tell me that lie. I understand they did it in the manga, but y'all clearly changed a few things. You could have changed that joke. I don't know why that was so important to keep. Shit, you could have... Basically, I just mean they could have done better with the ending to try and give it some sort of flow. Cause like, they showed Soul Society for all of like 2 seconds. They did a nice good backdrop with it, and that was it. Like, I don't understand what the point of this part was then. Like, why did you even show us Soul Society? No offense, if that was a special effect that could have gone towards using Ichigo's binding, that would have been a lot better. Like, you didn't even need to show Soul Society in this. I'm gonna stop this before I start rambling even more, because like I said, it was just one of those things that from the moment you said it was a live action Bleach movie, you knew it was gonna be bad. You know it was just gonna be like getting visually assaulted once again by something else that's claiming to be Bleach, and you're just like, fuck, can I just get the last arc as an OVA? Can you do that much, please? So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one there. So, alright, thanks for listening to me watch, y'all. Do please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm happy for all the new growth. I'm just trying to keep it going at this point. So let me know what your worst part of this movie was if you have seen it. And if you haven't seen it or you don't watch the anime, don't do it yourself. It's a really bad starting point. Go watch the anime before you watch this movie so you can at least know why it's terrible. Please. Alright, thanks again, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.